Hey guys, today we are going to be doing my back to school DIYs. I hope you enjoy this video. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a notebook DIY. So first thing you need is a notebook, a marker, a Sharpie preferably, some scissors, and you also need cardstock paper. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to trace the top of the book in the shape that you need, like onto the cardstock paper, so that you know what size it is and make it like perfectly the same size. And then, well, I had messed up and I had to flip it over again. So then you're just going to trace that in your marker, and then after you're done tracing it, you're going to cut it out with scissors, and it should fit perfectly. If not, then do some adjustments. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it with my scissors, and these are paper scissors. They're not like, I know some people have like food scissors and fabric scissors, but don't use fabric scissors because it will ruin the scissors and you won't be able to cut fabric anymore. I learned from experience. So I'm just using regular craft scissors, and then I'm gonna cut out the shape that I traced in my permanent marker. And yeah, and then the next thing after I'm done cutting it is I'm going to take it, and I wanted to design it a little bit, so I took some paint. I put neon green, and it's acrylic paint, and then I did neon pink, and I did neon orange, and I splattered it all over the paper, and it looks like splatters. And then as you'll see in the next part of the video, I kind of like didn't really like the splatter, so I kind of took my paintbrush and like smeared it everywhere to make it kind of look like zigzag. I thought it looked really neat, and I really liked it that way. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paper, and you can write whatever you want. I wrote "Keep Dreaming" on mine, and then I'm going to Mod Podge it to the notebook. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge, and then I'm going to take the Mod Podge and a paintbrush, and I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge all over the notebook so that the paper will stick to it, especially because cardstock paper is really thick and it tends to be harder to stick on. So you have to do a really thick coat of Mod Podge, I've noticed. And I kind of messed up the first time, but then I like redid it. As you guys are seeing here, this is my second time doing it. But so I just put a layer of Mod Podge, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is after I'm done with the Mod Podge, putting that on, which it takes a few minutes as you can see, is I'm going to take the paper, and I didn't realize it was upside down, and you're going to put it on top of the Mod Podge and press down firmly to make it stick. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take more Mod Podge and you're going to put it on top, and it might smear some of the black ink, but other than that it should be good. And then so while you're doing that, yep, that's about it. That's how it looks. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to make these pen holders out of mason jars, and you can put whatever you want in it, makeup brushes and stuff. And I just took a mason jar, and then I took some paint. As you can see, obviously I took paint. And I took some paint, and I decided to do orange and teal because it matched my room the best. And you're just going to squirt a bunch of it into the mason jar. And I know you can't really see that here, my camera kind of like stopped working. And then you got to tilt it, and you can move it around. It takes a while when you do that, so I decided that because that took a long time, I would add a lot more paint for one, and don't add too much because then it will take forever to dry. And then I took a paintbrush and I spread it up from the bottom, and I spread it to the sides with the paintbrush all the way to the top until it was fully covered and there was no marks left or anything. And then because there were some marks left on mine, I added even more paint so it would be more vibrant, and it looks really awesome. So just keep painting upwards and it should cover the whole mason jar. So yeah, it just should cover the whole mason jar. And the next thing is it's covered all the way and it's dry, and so I couldn't really show you guys, but that's what it's supposed to look like. And I also took this spray stuff and sprayed it on the inside so that the paint didn't chip, and that's how it should look at the end. And you can put the top on, but you take the middle little part, out, and then you put all your pens through the hole, or your makeup brushes, or your scissors, or your paint brushes, anything you really want in there. But I decided I would put pens to put it on my desk, so then I would have something to write with, and it was decorative and organizing, so I really liked that idea for school when you need to like check stuff. And I also put some pencils in the other one. The orange one wasn't quite dry yet though, so I didn't put any pens in it. So yeah, I hope you guys like that part, because that's one of my favorites. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a headphone holder out of polymer clay. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to whatever it says on your polymer clay package. Mine said 275 degrees. And then you're going to make it. And so the first thing that I did is I took this gold polymer clay because I thought it was really pretty, and I didn't really want a design, so I was like, oh well, that would work really well. And so I'm going to roll it in my hand so it's nice and soft, and then I'm going to roll it out with a rolling pin, so it's nice and flat and like the same size. And then I'm going to take this, I had like a coffee scooper, I don't know how to explain it, it scoops coffee grinds, and it was the perfect circle. So I cut out the circle into that shape, and then I took an X-Acto knife and I cut it out because it wasn't a cookie cutter, so I wouldn't fully cut through the clay. So then I took that out and I traced it off with the X-Acto knife, and you need 2 of those. I made 2 of the circles, and yeah, so I made 2 of them, one there and one there. They should be roughly the same size. If they're not, that's fine, but about the same size. And then you're going to take the rest of your polymer clay and you're going to roll it into like a cylinder, like it almost should look like it's like the shape of a Pringles can, but way smaller. And then you're going to flatten both sides first, and then you're going to connect it to both circles so that it's somewhere you can wrap your headphones around. As you can see, that's what I'm doing there, is I'm connecting them. And after you're done connecting them, which I'm still obviously doing, sorry, it took a little while, you're going to cut a little triangle out one of the sides of the circles so that when you wrap your headphones in, you have somewhere to place the end of your headphone so it doesn't unravel. And then mine said to bake it for 30 minutes, so I baked it for 30 minutes in the oven, and I set it, oh, I went a little too far, but I set it to 30 minutes, or 35 minutes, but I took it out 5 minutes before. It depends on what kind of clay. And then I wrapped the headphones around, which takes a few minutes, it's kind of difficult. And then when you get to the end, you put it in that little slot corner you have. I'll show you it when I'm done. And then, there you go, you'll have that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Bye.